And that gets things running. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
He's the shining light of Asian football in Europe, Peter, Son Heung-min. He likes to receive the ball on that left-hand side and then offer you many options with his direct running or cutting inside or just stretching the fence.
Whistle's gone and the referee has given a penalty. And that really is the last thing they wanted to do. The major moment in the game. A time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
That's calm for you. Nothing is going to distract him.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Passing is crisp and sharp. Good play on the left-hand side here. And he's intervened well there. Looking for options for movement. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Araujo. It's a pretty loose pass. PK. Vieira. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Maldini cuts out the pass. Ronaldinho, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. And this is Del Piero. Thuram defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Ronaldinho. He was under real pressure there. Now it's Son Heung-min. Del Piero stood up well to him there.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Neymar. Now it's Del Piero. Goes down, but nothing given. Oh, that's fabulous. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. So, what can they make of this? No, not quite on the same wavelength. Rijkaard. And it's Son Heung-min. And the shot's on here, and he's had a hit!
Del Piero really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
And here's Messi. Oh, we expected better, and so did he. Vieira plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Done delicately. Zola. Albert Ferrer. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Well, that's beautifully weighted. It's a mighty effort! Just off target.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
Ronaldinho going face-to-face with his great rival. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Son Heung-min. And he skips past his man.
Pisa certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
Looking to play him in. That's a shade optimistic. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Engages and forces him off the ball. Zola is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. Zola. Rijkaard. Mateus. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Zola. Well, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. And that's going to be a booking. So, is it really plausible to have a hit from here? Gianfranco Zola! Sheer football poetry! About as smooth as it gets. They have come roaring back.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
A true beauty of a goal, so brilliantly executed.
Well, he made it look effortless, clearly a training ground perfectionist.
That has certainly made things interesting.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
There's the shot! Off the post! A wonderful effort, all by himself.
Well, it came to nothing in the end, but it certainly got the crowd going.
This possibly the last play of the half. He gets big! Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. What a grandstand finish, and how different the outcome might have been. That's a really interesting game, and they head in at half-time at 1-1. And that's the second half started. Piqué is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Jordan Henderson. Van Dijk. And it's Roberto Carlos. And Mateus. Rijkaard. And here's Del Piero. Might be danger here. Oh, shooting chance! And it's a goal!
Well, whenever he reminds us of his wondrous skill set, it's usually something very memorable or even unforgettable. We'll certainly remember that one.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Barcelona go into the lead. Ronaldinho. Well, they could break here. And it's Messi. And here's Del Piero. Ronaldinho. Chance for a shot! It's bounced back off the post. Right card with the foul. Well, that's a booking, always looked it. Still they trail, and time is ticking away. Best. Good running, strong and purposeful. Pressure coming in from all directions. Rijkaard. Ronaldinho. Pinches it off him. And the pass is intercepted. Almost an hour gone. And here's Son Heung-min. Neymar. Zola. Can he get on the end of this? Roberto Carlos is always looking to play quality balls. Neymar does well to get it back. Neymar powering forward here. Oh, he's found support out wide. Nice control. He's found the way through. Played into space.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
He gets a ticking off and needs to be very careful now.
He just needs to find the control button on his aggression before the ref does it for him, Peter.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here. That comes as a mighty relief.
Pisa may only be one behind, but they're showing much in terms of threatening parity.
Now, what about a counter-attack? It's a really well-measured ball. Albert Ferrer. Lovely bit of skill. Cruyff. Threads one in. He's onside. Puskás was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Vieira. Just about up to 75 minutes. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. Well, he's playing innocent. He has every reason to.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona.
He'll fancy himself from here. This an opportunity to pull level.
El dorsal 22, Ronaldinho. El dorsal 15, el dorsal 4. Serán sustituidos por el dorsal 9, el dorsal 18, El dorsal 8.
Picked out brilliantly.
El dorsal 13. El dorsal 11.
Shot a goal! Should have equalised.
Oh, what a chance. It looked to me like he just changed his mind at the last second there.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Pele. And it's Eze.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
And that would have won it.
Kaka really thought he'd scored to settle this contest, and he's struggling to believe being denied.
Mohamed Salah plays it short. Salah. Jordan Henderson gives no quarter whatsoever. That is ended up in no man's land. And here's Mohamed Salah. It is looking like the end. If anything's going to happen, it's got to happen now.
Look, their path is set. They have to take risks in every situation now. That's just playing it safe and simple.
And here's Eze. That's good play. And it's Cruyff. Lovely, now then. And Puskas! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that. Well, they've got to get everyone forward, and maybe even the keeper.
Puskas! It's loose now, and they want to get it back. Oh, denied! Brilliantly!
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure. It's make or break time now, and they're all headed for the penalty box.
Decent chance! And that wasn't far away.
He's not happy, and you'd expect that, but at least there's plenty of appreciation for what was a genuinely fine effort.
Now it's Pele. Lovely pass, but can he get there? That is a brilliant interception. Cruyff. 5 minutes to add. Jordan Henderson. No, he wasn't going to be fooled. Vieira demonstrating his defensive quality there. Roberto Carlos. That has not gone well. Aimed beyond the defence, and he was quick to react. Khan with the clearance. Cruyff. He has a look up. An uncompromising challenge. And that's that. Well, that was intense. An enjoyable contest that either could easily have won, ultimately decided by just the odd goal. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Pisa, absolutely shocking here. Shockingly porous down the middle, which was painfully exploited.
So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. And that gets things running. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, when it comes to youth and potential, Peter, it's hard to look past Pedri, who is probably going to have a very busy game here. I think he's got everything that you need to play in a midfield role, and he's so cute and clever.
Well, that's pretty clear. It is a foul. Well, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. I do think he's feeling the effects of that tackle.
Well, he was the one player you had to keep away from the area. Not the best way to do it, though.
What Sola! They've got to be quick to recover this. Henderson. Pressure coming in from all directions. Owen finds himself offside. Park Ji-sung kept his eye on it, and he's there. Played into space. Odo. That's Park Ji-sung. Beckenbauer. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Corner then. Paris Saint-Germain with the corner, there first. Pass somewhat off target. Rafinha thinks one through. Van Nistelrooy. And that's a simple one for the keeper. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Solar. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Park Ji-sung is one whose deliveries we all know about. And he skips past his man. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. Well, the players are flocking round their fallen colleague, and they look worried. And it's Odo. If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals. Strong challenge. That could leave a mark. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Zola picks it up out wide, in towards the back stick. And they've got rid. Rafinha. Now, what about a counter-attack? Otto. He has found the way through.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
And it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and the
best! And he's really put himself on the line here. A header! Otto gets good distance on it. And it's Maldini. He's looking wide. Best! Oh, great save by Dida!
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Passes short and sharp.
Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
Played through for the wide man. Zola receives it in a wide position. And he was alert to it. Park Ji-sung. And he's well positioned here. This looks promising. Van Nistelrooy. He's going to be disappointed with that. Maldini, always a very imposing presence at the back. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. It's a promising position, looks across and plays it in. Well, I'm not sure how the stats look in terms of expected goals, but nothing actual has materialised so far. No, not quite on the same wavelength. And here's Cruyff. Might be danger here. And this is Owen. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. It's gone out for a throw-in. Cruyff. Tries to play it through. Cruyff. Park Ji-sung. Oh, it's come loose. Zola. And smartly reclaimed. Shoots! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Otto.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
And we've reached half-time. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, I think from the manager's viewpoint, Peter, he'll be demanding more from his team during the break, but he'll at least be happy at the way they've contained the opposition so far.
So we reached the halfway point, and neither side have yet been able to force the issue. It's 0-0. Here we go again.
Pisa are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Chooses to go back. Chance! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Cannavaro herring after the ball here. He's having a shot! And now they can clear their lines. It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. Pedri can so cleverly bypass the press. Now it's Roberto Baggio. Oh, he's bustling, and Van Nistelrooy! Yeah. And the counter is on. Solar. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Odo. It's Park Ji-sung. The ball has bounced loose now. 0-0 still. It's a game that needs a bit of life injected. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Oh, that's well spotted. Chance here to counter. Now that's well seen too. Pedri. Rafinha. Well into the second half, and still there's nothing between them. Zola. Great vision.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Owen. Pedri. It's Park Ji-sung. Played through into space.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
And that's gone loose. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Pass is just off target. Shapes to shoot! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And they've been given a corner.
Changement pour le Paris Saint-Germain.
Corner number 2 then.
Pour le remplacer, le numéro 30, Messi. Attention, changement.
Another corner. Any better luck this time round? Corner number 3 coming up. Paris Saint-Germain have the chance to go the other way. And it's Neymar. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Puskas! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Oh, what has happened here? There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And this is Pele. Rafinha. Messi. Park Ji-sung. Van Nistelrooy. Now it's Roberto Baggio. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Oh, this looks sharp. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Neymar. Neymar puts his foot on the gas. He's found a way through. And the shot! Judge, surely! Good effort first time,
Vieira cannot be faulted for trying. It was asking to be hit just a bit straighter.
Corner number 4 coming up here.
Changement pour le Paris Saint-Germain. Le numéro 22, le numéro 5. À leur place, le numéro 15, le numéro 4.
Neymar with the short one. And now they can spring out of defence.
This has been a better game than the scoreline suggests, and it really does merit a go.
Out to the left it goes. Bellingham. He is always looking to break lines. Can he spark a counter here? Dink through.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Now it's Neymar. Now it's Pelé. Vieira demonstrating his defensive quality there.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
And no, that is pretty much the end of that.
2 minutes de temps additionnel.
Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Confirmation that there will be 2 minutes stoppage time. Whatever, he had it. And that is as far as it goes. So a tough one to gauge. Defensive dominance combined with wastefulness in attack. And the outcome inevitable. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Well, a decent draw, Peter, with a good mix of action and plenty of talking points, and it ended with the right result, in my opinion.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. There's the whistle.
I think in Puskás we have someone who you can call the world's first international sports star. He was a man so prolific that he almost scored for fun. He even has an award named after him for the outstanding goal of that year, scored across world football.
And he was the very epitome of an out-and-out goal scorer. Those that follow England will well recall him as the architect of Hungary's famous 6-3 win against them.
Such a quick-witted player, Peter, as well, who could tie the best defenders in knots. And we can't forget about his wonderful left foot.
Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Him charge, surely! I doubt very much that this was in the script. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Puskás! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
And we have our very first corner. He rises! Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in. Maldini. So just the one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. It's a pretty loose pass. Jordan Henderson. Vieira. That's really well manoeuvred. The movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. And here's Nedved. Now that's well seen too. Zola has an approach to the game which is pretty much shoot on sight. Inter Milan trying to orchestrate a breakaway here by the looks of it.
Well, I would say that this is probably the easiest way to play the game, because you try and absorb in numbers defensively, and then you look to hit it with a long ball quickly on the counter-attack to get your men in behind the opposition defence.
Just looking for that one telling pass. Knocks it into space. Eze. Neither of these two want to come off second best. And claimed it back swiftly. You can run onto that. A lot of... Tries a shot! Denied by an instinctive save.
He's very lucky to recover that, and he shouldn't have put himself in that position in the first place.
It's a threatening ball. And a chance! Against the crossbar. And one more try! Oh, nearly, but not quite.
You can never be too safe with someone like him around. They got away with that.
Zola quietly revving up.
You have to expect that from everyone now.
Zola was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. And he's on his way! Thuram, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. And he's managed to get free. Albert Ferrer is fouled. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
Not much doubt about who's going to take this one. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Puskás. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Picked out brilliant, climbs up big! It's a goal! 2 up now, and they are cruising. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Pisa are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
He's got away. And he's there to retrieve it. Cruyff. Vieira. And he's chosen to go back.
Well, he just didn't have any support.
That's a good ball out wide. That's good play. Great defending, strong and determined. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Well read, and the danger is averted. Yeah. And it's Nedved. Now it's Puskás. Now it's Pelé.
It was indecision all round. They have to do a bit better than that. They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
And it's half-time here. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
It has been a remarkable contest, decorated by goals, and 2 between them at half-time.
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 21, Pirlo.
That gets things going for the second half. Passing is crisp and sharp. Oh, the ball's come loose here. Maldini is very much of the non-shell pass school of defending. Scholes. Nedved. Pressure coming in from all directions. And it's Cruyff. He's had it taken off him. It's Cruyff. Now it's Scholes. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Puskás. Jordan Henderson. Zola. And it's made its way to him. It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Look at the space here. And the ball's come loose here. Out to the right. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Inter Milan appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Inter Milan looking to pass their way through. And Puskás! And yes, it's there! Just 1 in it now. The game takes on a whole new complexion. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
The manager must have given them an earful at half-time, and fair play, because it seems to have worked. They've got to kick on from here now.
Henderson gets his final warning. Vieira. Shot could be on. Now this could be a chance. Oh, the ball's run loose. Oh, he's been caught on it. Cruyff! Big relief. It just needed better contact.
Incredible. He had all the time in the world to pick his spot as well.
And it's Cruyff. He has found the way through. Cruyff goes on a charge down the left. Cruyff going face-to-face with his great rival. Jordan Henderson. Not the most accurate pass. Best is having a shot! That was superb goalkeeping.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
It's their second corner of the game. Van Dijk is there and he can get that clear. Inter Milan have the chance to go the other way. And this is Nedved. Oh, he's taken out. That'll be a foul. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is. And he can't get it over the wall. They want to be quick to recover this. Vieira. Oh, that's superb.
Inter really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Puskas. Oh, that's fabulous.
Pisa
Surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
He's had a fair tumble under that challenge.
Nedved really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Puskas. Zola. Best. He's found a way through. Lovely bit of skill. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Now, can they get him away? The ball goes in. That's a decent clearance. That is a brilliant interception.
Well, it's probably safe to say now, Peter, that it's going to be all about game management from here.
Now it's Cruyff. Henderson spots it and intercepts. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
That looks a good ball through. Oh, shooting chance! Close, but time for no more. The whistle has gone. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football. A real ride that had all of us glued to our seats from the very beginning. Puskas claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. But what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Pisa clearly came into this match with a good...